Greetings from Nanook Lodge. Today we're going to make a dish that is going to be belly-warming and soul-filling, a baked polenta with Italian sausage. And you can always leave the sausage out and make this completely vegetarian if you want. But we're going to start with some cornmeal. Polenta really is just cornmeal. It's the Italian version of it. I use just Quaker cornmeal. You can also buy polenta in a tube that's already cooked, and then you can just lay it out and use it if you want to save some time, which is great. We're going to use some wonderful vegetables like fennel and onion and garlic and red pepper and cabbage, and put it all together, bake it in the oven with just a little bit of Gorgonzola. It's going to be a beautiful dish for dinner and really makes great leftovers. And while it's sunny out today here, that means it's a little cool in the Northwest. We don't get too many sunny winter days. We're going to take advantage of it. But by the time it gets dark tonight, we're going to want to eat this wonderful warm dish. There are a few different ingredients that go into the baked polenta. Starting obviously with the cornmeal. We're just going to cook it with water. Lots of people cook cornmeal with milk, but for this Italian dish I just like the water in there. I don't need all that creaminess because we're actually going to use some Gorgonzola on the top. We've got fennel, we've got a red pepper, onion, garlic, Roma tomatoes, a little cabbage, some fresh rosemary from the garden. We've got salt and pepper, a little olive oil. We're going to use a little bit of red wine. And here with the red wine, I'm using a Merlot from Balboa. If I had a Sangiovese in the cellar that was Italian, I probably would use that. But I chose Merlot. It's a little bit lighter. You don't need something really super dark and heavy, but you also want to pick something that's just not cheap, because we're going to use a little bit of this and then we're going to drink the rest of it with dinner. So you want something that you like. And then I've got some Italian sausage that's already all cooked, ready to go. Gorgonzola is from here, it's local, it's from Rogue Creamery, which is down in Southern Oregon, and they call it Gorgonzola, but it's going to be nice. It's a blue cheese, and it's going to add some nice creaminess to all of this when we're finished. So I'm going to go prep everything, and we'll show you what we did. All our prep is here. We're going to cook the cornmeal in the water. This is 4 cups, I'll add another 2 cups for a total of 6. I minced the garlic, chopped up the rosemary, olive oil, salt, pepper. I just diced up the tomatoes, just a rough chop. We've got our red wine, our cooked sausage, and all the rest of the vegetables I julienne cut, which is a long, skinny cut, somewhere between 1/8 of an inch and 1/4 of an inch. So this is the onion. This is the cabbage. I used about half a head of that cabbage to get about 4 or 5 cups in this bowl, and it can be an approximate measurement. We've got our red pepper, and then the fennel. Now, fennel is a wonderful vegetable that adds just a little bit of a nice light anise flavor to everything. I saved a few of the fennel fronds so we can garnish the dish when we're all done, and I crumbled up the Gorgonzola. So let's cook the cornmeal, then we'll cook the vegetables. We'll get everything in the oven to bake it. You can see how it's getting nice and thick. It's not watery at all anymore. I'm gonna let it cook for maybe another 5 minutes or so, and then we'll pour it into our greased pan. You can see I've cooked it till it's thick enough that when I stir it, it sort of holds its shape there. And that's the thickness that you're shooting for. This one took me about 15 minutes or so. You can see how it holds its shape. You could chill polenta now, and it would chill just like that. But I'm going to smooth it out so we can put all the rest of the vegetables on top. bring the wine to a simmer, and then we're going to cook this about 7 or 8 minutes until about half the wine is gone. Let all those flavors meld together, the tomatoes start to break up a little bit, and we'll pour it over the polenta and pop it in the oven. So you can see how the tomatoes have broken up and started to cook down and sort of formed a little sauce with the wine, which is perfect. Bake that in the oven for about 12 minutes, and then we'll throw the gorgonzola on the top of it and let it finish. Here we have our lovely baked polenta, the gorgonzola on the top. You'll notice I changed the pan from when I first poured it in. I thought the polenta was a little too thick in that pan, so I switched to a little bit larger pan, the 9x13 instead of the 8x11. But all ready to go. We'll cut a piece. You can serve it either on a plate or in a bowl. It goes great with this Balboa Merlot. Cheers! Thanks for tuning in to Cooking at Nano Lodge.